But I wanted to, first of all, absolutely congratulate the noble lady Baroness Brown of Silverton. Excellently motivated amendment, if I might say, very thought-provoking, and it had caught my attention. I particularly, the sentence, the victim may have been criminally exploited, even if the activity appears consensual. And that's one of the most difficult challenges. Because I've, for some years, been involved in the grooming gangs scandal, one of the most horrible parts of that was when the police took the decision that the young 14 or 15-year-old, precocious though she, a general she may have been, was somehow actively consenting to her own rape or sexual exploitation. And the notion of this being a child, because the young girl maybe looked more adult, literally as superficial as that, and the type, if we're honest, in terms of class terms, therefore couldn't be a victim and was actively, were accused of being prostitutes and so on and so forth. We're familiar with that. So that's the reason why this stood out to me. But I've got some qualms, and I want to just ask totally genuinely what we do about the qualms, because I don't really know where to go. I'm slightly worried because county lines gangs, as the noble lady will be familiar, are also a young men's game. It is the case that some of the gang leaders are younger than one would ever want to imagine in your worst nightmare. That is a problem, in a way, with this, and therefore how you work out. Well, if you've got a general rule that this is always a child, how do you deal with the culpability and responsibility and of a 17-year-old, not to put too fine a point on it, thug, who's exploiting younger people or even his, and generally his, peers? So I'm just not sure how to kind of square that with what I've just said. And also, it does seem to me that there is a major clash here with the age of criminal responsibility. I'm very sympathetic to it certainly not being 10. But what I'm saying is that how do you deal with this 18 is, belief 18 is a child, and yet we can say child has criminal responsibility. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding something. But my final reservation only just is if we say that everybody under 18 is a victim all of the time, will that, it has to be a victim all of the time, or would that then be a legal loophole that would get people off who actually there was some guilt for them to be held to account to? So I generally support this amendment, but I just want some clarification on how to muddle my way through those moral thickets, if possible.
Could I join?